As he plans to visit Anambra State while he remains banned in Biafra territory. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome once again to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today is the 6th of May 2025, and I have breaking information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from wherever you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, the Biafra Liberation Army will have no any other reason if not to mount a serious resistance against the convoy of Tinibu from accessing any part of Biafra land, as his cohort, Soludo, are now planning to invade the former Anambra state. So I don't want to talk too much. I will first of all read the news in details and again remind us that Tinibu and his cohorts in Asorok, Abuja, have all been banned from entering into any part of Biafra land, and that very ban is still intact. That very ban has not been removed. It has not been lifted. He remains banned from entering any part of Biafra land, especially for now, until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, Mazi Simon Ekpa released, Biafra freed. If he remains the president of the zoo, we can start having bilateral, relationships and all that. So without further ado, let me first of all read the news from Sahara Reporters, one of the zoo media platforms, and then I will talk to us, because for this very case, we have to discuss. And according to their title, they said, Nigeria Police, DSS, orders heightened security as Tinibu visit Anambra State Thursday. Today is Tuesday, and this very Thursday is just around the corner. The Anambra State Security Chiefs convened on Monday, May 5, in a marathon closed-door meeting aimed at strengthening security arrangements for the presidential visit. Security agencies in Anambra State have intensified preparations ahead of President Bola Tinubu's scheduled visit to the state on Thursday, May 8, 2025, amid heightened concerns over recent security challenges in the region. The Anambra State Security Chiefs convened on Monday, 5 May, in a marathon closed-door meeting aimed at strengthening security arrangements for the presidential visit. Now, before moving forward, because we have a lot of information concerning this very latest development, I want to remind every one of you that the protest scheduled to take place on the 9th of May 2025 is just around the corner, is on the horizon. Therefore, every Biafran who are eligible to travel to Helsinki, Finland to partake on this very protest is advised to prepare him or herself. It will be very, very shameful that you have opportunity to travel to participate on this very protest, and yet you refuse to go and support our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. Maybe you are waiting for somebody to give you order, or maybe you don't like the source where the news is coming from. But I have said it time without number that Biafra Unite is not the one organizing this very protest. Rather, Biafrans in Finland and some of them in Europe are the ones who have come together and asked themselves very important question: what are we going to do for our Prime Minister? And they decided to organize this very protest. So every Biafran, irrespective of where you are, as long as you have eligible traveling documents, you are advised to come and participate on this very protest, because our Prime Minister will be very, very disappointed at all of us should we abandon him only for him and his lawyers to do the job. While we have been protesting, showing love for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with our Monday sit at home for the past 4 going to 5 years now. So why should we abandon Mazi Simon Ekpa just alone? Biafrans, think about it. The protests on that very day will go a long way to persuade the hands that be in Finland to free our prime minister, because they know the sound, they know, the benefits, they know what it takes, they know the importance of protest. When people gather to protest, that means they are telling the government what you are doing is not beneficial. We don't like it. You are suppressing and oppressing us. That is the meaning. So the government has to rethink. And when you abandon your prime minister, that means you have left him behind. So that means whatever he's been accused of, there's an atom of truth on whatever that he's been accused by the Zoo government. That's why his people have abandoned him. So we must gather in Helsinki, Finland, to show solidarity to our prime minister. And now the number on your screen, which is inquiry number for Finland protest for the release of Mazi Simon Ekpa, please call +358 4024 36561. This is the official number to call for any inquiry moving forward. Now let's get back into the news. The high-level meeting, which lasted 5 hours, brought together heads of key security agencies who provided detailed briefings and developed a comprehensive security plan. The deliberation focused on reviewing current intelligence reports, assessing threat levels, and implementing fortified security measures within Awka, the state capital, and other strategic locations across the state. According to SP Tochukwu Ikenga, the public relations officer of the Anambra State Police Command, particular emphasis was placed on joint operational deployment, coordinated patrols, surveillance strategies, and inter-agency collaboration. The session also addressed contingency planning to ensure a swift response to any potential security breaches during the visit. Agencies in attendance included the Nigeria Police Force, Department of State Services DSS, Nigeria Army, Nigeria Navy, Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, and the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Security, Air Vice Marshal Ben Chiobi, retired. Ikenga, in a statement issued after the meeting, assured the public of the security agency's commitment. The Zoo security agency's commitment against the Biafran people, especially Igbo Biafrans. The only commitment of Nigerian security agencies against Igbo Biafrans is all about unaliving them, to massacre them en masse, to shoot at sight. This is the only commitment. So therefore, I am using this opportunity to warn every family in Biafra territory, as long as you're a Biafran living here in Biafra, especially in Anambra State, I want to let you know that this so-called occasion of visitation of a man that have put all of us, that put our lives in danger, that have neglected all of us, that have put us in this quagmire where we are today, you are not in anywhere allowed to attend such occasion, because this occasion is not meant for you. That very day should be sit at home ASAP. It's quite unfortunate that some idiots who claim to be leaders in Biafra movement have all, face solugo go manyani mafia. Quite unfortunate, because our prime minister is no longer free at the moment. That's all this nonsense is happening. Some of them nyala banaba na marry here and there. Bulobo bafa. Nyalobo bafa nisi, nyalobo bafa nazo na bari everywhere. I am this, I am that. Why they are absolutely nothing. Nothing. I am telling you they are nothing, because they are doing nothing. Okafane buwankita. Isn't a bifa, make ifa. Over isn't a bifa now. The only thing they know is just to come and talk nonsense on social media, claiming to be this and that. He stated, this comprehensive security approach reflects the commitment of the Anambra State security architecture to guaranteeing the safety of the visiting president, dignitaries, and citizens while sustaining peace and stability across the state. The heightened security measures come against the backdrop of recent incidents of violence and attacks attributed to the unknown gunmen in Anambra State and other parts of the southeast region. There have been sporadic attacks in the state and the region which have raised fears among residents. The release said the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, whose activities were prohibited by former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, has also been linked by authorities to rising insecurity in the southeast region. There is absolutely nothing they can do without mentioning IPOB. Or if I do a Kaliafa. Or if there is nothing they can do without mentioning IPOB because they fear. They fear. The group has consistently distanced itself from any criminal activities in the region or anywhere in the country. In response to the security challenges, the Anambra State government and security agencies have increased joint operations, including raids on criminal hideouts and intensified patrols in flashpoint areas. The presidential visit is expected to feature key engagements, including the commissioning of infrastructure projects and meetings with political and community leaders. Security agencies have urged the public to cooperate with law enforcement during the period, adhere to movement restrictions where necessary, and report suspicious activities to relevant authorities. You see, this is just a threat. In case you don't know, my people, let me tell you, this is a threat that security agencies have urged the public to cooperate with law enforcement during the period, to cooperate with law enforcement, adhere to movement restrictions where necessary. Adhere, meaning if you do not adhere, I am telling all Igbo families to make sure that they lock down Anambra State that very day. On Thursday, lock down completely. Lock down so that even if they will be engaged, even if their convoy will be engaged, so none of Igbo Biafrans in Anambra State, or should I say nobody in Anambra State will pay the price. No innocent citizen in Anambra State will pay the price. So everybody must.
So you can see what we're talking about. These people are taking us for granted. You are instigating the arrest and detention of Simon Ekpa in Finland. And you are also holding our leader for complete 4 years in DSS custody. And you have the guts to visit Biafra land. Because you want to tell us the Igbos, you want to tell us the Biafra that we are nothing but pets in the zoo republic called Nigeria. But you have failed. The fact is that if you are thinking we are going to go into any conventional war with the Nigerian state, no. We have already gone into a conventional war with Nigerian state, a war that took the life of 4 million people. So we are not going into a conventional war with the Nigerian state. But gradually, you so-called Tinibu, you so-called zoo country called Nigeria, gradually, you have no other option but to sit on the round table with us to discuss our referendum. My people, more news are coming and more videos are coming. So stay tuned as you listen.
Brain damage like this. Brain damage without the education. Brain damage. When asked whether the defendant was charged with damaging anybody's property, AAA answered, maybe not, personally and visually. So, maybe not. He is not specific because he knows that he has failed already from the word go. And you know why? You know why he's trying to be sincere here? By telling you that they did not recover anything, anything exhibit with him, because you cannot fabricate it. Are you paying attention? You cannot fabricate it. It's not difficult for the zoo to bring, green nets and every other thing and package it and say, this is what we discovered from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Can you substantiate it? It's not difficult for them to do it. It's very easy for them to do it. But can you substantiate it? Where did you... We have only two places that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken by the zoo. Only two places. Number one place was in the airport hotel. So you need to tell us, how did he cross the Heathrow Airport in London? How did he pass Heathrow Airport with those exhibits and entered Murtala Muhammed International Airport and passed the immigration and all the processes with the same evidence, with the same exhibit? They cannot substantiate it. And remember, it was straight from the airport to the airport hotel. He had not met anybody. They took him immediately he arrived. So there is any way, nowhere they can substantiate any claim that they found something illegal with him, because he was coming from airport direct. So you will be able to answer how he was able to pass Heathrow Airport and Murtala Muhammed Airport, because he did not go any other place. So it's nowhere. The zoo on a tight corner, as in every fan of both tight corner. And in Cape Azua in 2021, you can't say anything like that, because you are the one who went to kidnap him in Kenya. You are the one who brought him back to the zoo. So you can't substantiate it. These are the only two places Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been taken by the zoo. So there's no way. And all his activities while he was still here in Biafra land, after he was released in 2017, was in the public. All his activities was in the public. And what was he doing? He was going for rallies, which was within his, fundamental right. No court has the power to take your fundamental right away from you. It becomes illegal. Freedom of association, freedom of speech, these are all within, within your right. The law gives it to you. Freedom of association and freedom of speech is your fundamental and inalienable right. You have the right to that, and there is no limitation. To make the matter worse, there is no limitation. He did not tell you, hey, you have freedom to, to associate with whoever you want. But you see this person, you must not associate with him. There is nothing like that. There is nothing like that. Now, get ready to laugh. Get ready, get ready. We are getting there now. Get ready. He said there were social media messages where the defendant was inciting violence, but did not know one person who carried out any act of violence because the defendant incited him. Some can go down in the comment section or some namuamu here. This is quite called some namuamu. Have I become a fool? Where is my comment section? Where is my not the quite called some namuamu here? So now namuamu this idiocy, this stupidity of the zoo. Let me read it again. He said there were social media messages that is not contained in any law. That is not contained in any law. Social media is very, very strict. Any message you drop on social media, if it does not go with the community guidelines, it will be taken down automatically and immediately, with immediate effect. Are you paying attention? Any message you drop, it takes few seconds. the machine works automatically. It works with algorithm. It works automatically. It takes only few seconds before anybody will even see the message. That's what they made it very, very effective so that it does not corrupt the minds of anybody. It is very, very effective. And we find out about keywords. Pay attention, because this one I'm a money of ma odolomanya. On social media, and when you find out about algorithm, when you find out about keywords, algorithm be fairness spread any message or video. Are you paying attention? Algorithm carries your message. Algorithm carries whatever you post on that social media platform and circulate it. Brings it to the timeline of every user. Pay attention. Now, keywords is the one that indicates there are already words which are on the platform that are not allowed. So this keyword machine is the one that dictates. Once you mention, that's why sometimes we use spy. You may not know. That's why sometimes we use spy. Are you paying attention? We don't use the real word, or we use unalive. We don't like to use the main word because it's filtered. It's filtered. So this keyword machine, filters all the words and the activities, including nudity. If you post any video with nude, it is against the social media rules and community guideline. It's going to be taken down automatically and immediately, with immediate effect. Unless you post them on a personal website. If you are posting them on a news website, which is controlled by you, it has absolutely nothing to do with social media. But once you bring it to social media, it is taken down automatically. You understand? So you cannot say that he said there were social media messages where the defendant was inciting violence. At the same time, you shot yourself in the foot and say, but did not know one person, even one person, who carried out any act of violence because the defendant incited them. So why are you still trying him? Why are you trying him? Why are you trying him? And remember, these so-called social media messages was done in the United Kingdom, not in the zoo. Because it was not done in the zoo. So if at all, in case no case no kuru anything inciting, it should be tried in the United Kingdom. He did not say anything like that in the zoo. Are you paying attention? Even though he said it, it is still within his right, because saying and acting is not the same. You understand? Saying and acting is not the same. You can say, but without acting, you are still within the confines of the law. Yes. Oh, yes. In Agwandi, believe it. I am my law. We know it. We know it. That's why we are doing what we are doing, because we know the law. We know that what we are saying and what we are doing is still within our reach. And let me tell you, do you know why they are not talking about ESN? You know why? They are not talking about ESN because that is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is waiting for them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is waiting for them to mention ESN. Kayamaluzie mafala ekri na play to state nke azwa. Kayamaluzie mafala ekri na Kaduna State nke azwa. Kayamaluzie ma di zoo na try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or fana commission na Benue State nke azwa. Kayamaluzie ma fana commission, it will be very open. No fana commission na Borno State. Yeah, oh yes. That's why nobody's mentioning in Kojugwe for more ESN. Kaimalizema or law say defend their ourselves for the wrong. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it very, very clear that this is not our army. We are going to form army when the time comes. Unfortunately, they kidnapped him before then. which forming an army to fight for your freedom is still within the confines of the law. Yeah, oh yes. African Charter, Article 20, 1, 2, and 3. Go and read it, is there, which the zoo is signatory to. It says that every oppressed people, I will bring it because of this matter. Yes. I didn't plan it, but because of this very matter, it is very, very imperative that I bring it now before we continue, because I have spoken about it already. Let me look for it. Very, very important. It is very, very important that we do this.